Hello, it's January 13th, 2016. I'm doing a Compufoo bit. Last year, I went to a garage sale and I bought a game called Horse-Opoly. I brought the game home, opened it up and looked at it, and it was Monopoly, except it had a horse theme to it. It was a game that played just like Monopoly, but it was intended to help people learn about horses and the business of horses. And when I looked at the instructions as to how to play the game, there was a bunch of if statements in the instructions. And when I looked at the instructions, it's like, wow, these instructions could be a specification for a programming assignment. And when I looked at it a little bit more, it was like, wow, this turns out being a really good example of what is referred to as object-oriented programming. And so we came up with this idea that we would create an abstract class called Opoly. And then if we wanted to write a game like Horse-Opoly, we would create a class Horse-Opoly that extends Opoly. And the game would be based upon a file. We called it board description file, but it's even more general than that, where you would lay out the spots on the board, and you would set up how much money people get when they pass go, and how much money they get at the start of the game, and all this other type of stuff. The parameters of the game. And once we got the abstract class Opoly done, well, then it would be relatively straightforward for people to create games like ComputerOpoly, Math-Opoly, and one that I'm looking forward to creating, BeerOpoly, and I'm also looking forward to creating RoadtripOpoly. And it turns out it works. In a nutshell, you're able to create your own version of an Opoly game that plays just like Monopoly, and you really don't have to write any program. You can just lay out this board description file, which needs to be renamed, but you create this file and run it through a program, and bam, you have yourself a form of a Monopoly game. That's all I have to say. 3:14 coming up, and movie.